You're fumbling around in your car's cup holder for some loose change to pay for a soda, and boom, you find a penny worth $1 million. Yep, you heard that right. A single, ordinary-looking 2020 mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny could be worth a small fortune. Now, before you toss me into the category of internet rumor enthusiasts, hang tight because I'm about to break down everything you need to know about this mind-blowing coin, how it got so valuable, and what you can do to find one. Okay, let's talk about this 2020 D penny. For those new to coin collecting, that D stands for the Denver Mint, where this particular penny was produced. In 2020, billions of pennies were made, but here's the kicker. Not all pennies are created equal. Somewhere in the chaos of production, a rare error occurred. Think of it as the coin version of a unicorn. What makes this penny so special? It's all about the error. On some of these coins, there's a die misalignment, doubling on Lincoln's profile, or even the date itself. These errors make the coin a rarity, and rarity equals value. Combine that with coin collectors losing their minds over this, and suddenly the value skyrockets. Speaking of value, let's get to the juicy part. $1 million. Yes, folks, the value of one of these rare error pennies recently hit that jaw-dropping price at an auction. Can you imagine holding something in your hand worth more than a Lamborghini? And the wildest part? You might have one sitting in a jar at home right now. Now, let me tell you a quick story. A few years ago, I almost gave away a rare coin. True story. I was at a garage sale and thought I'd offload some old coins my grandpa gave me. Luckily, a friend spotted a rare penny in the pile and stopped me just in time. Long story short, that penny was worth $400. Ever since, I've been obsessed with checking my change. Lesson learned: don't underestimate pocket change. So what should you do if you want to strike gold or copper in this case? Step 1. Grab your spare change. Look for pennies with a D under the date. Step 2. Inspect them closely. A magnifying glass or loupe is your best friend here. Look for signs of errors like doubling on the letters or Lincoln's face. Step 3. If you spot anything unusual, do not spend that penny at your local vending machine. Get it appraised by a professional coin dealer. And hey, even if you don't find $1 million coin right away, don't sweat it. Collecting coins is like treasure hunting. It's half the fun. All right, my fellow coin hunters, now you've got the inside scoop on the 2020 D Mint Mark penny and its $1 million mystery. Who knew a tiny coin could change someone's life, right? So, the next time you're about to toss some change into the tip jar, maybe take a second look. You never know, you could be holding your ticket to an early retirement. Before you go, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I've got plenty more tips, stories, and strategies for finding coins worth serious money. Plus, I'd love to hear your stories. Have you ever found a rare coin or had a close call like I did? Drop a comment below and let me know. We're diving into the fascinating story of the 2019 no-mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny coin. Spoiler alert, it's got a jaw-dropping current market value of $9 million. Yup, million. And guess what? You could have one sitting in your jar of loose change right now. Stick around because I'll break down exactly why this penny is so valuable, how you can tell if you have one, and I'll even share a story about the time I thought I struck it rich, until reality smacked me in the face. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. So, what's the deal with this 2019 penny? Why would anyone pay $9 million for a coin you could have found under your couch cushions just a few years ago? Here's the scoop. It all comes down to rarity and errors. This specific no-mint Mark penny wasn't supposed to exist. It's like the universe hit the wrong button, and bam, we got this accidental masterpiece. Quick history lesson. Most coins have a mint mark, a tiny letter telling you where they were made, like D for Denver or S for San Francisco. But this penny? No mint mark. Nada. Zip. That's because it accidentally skipped a crucial step in the minting process. And collectors lose their minds over errors like this. It's like finding a Picasso painting where he accidentally drew a smiley face on it. Now, before you go tearing apart your piggy bank, let me walk you through how to spot one of these beauties. First, grab a magnifying glass or your phone's zoom function, because who actually owns a magnifying glass anymore? Look at the front of your 2019 penny under the date. If there's no tiny P, D, or S, you might be onto something. But don't start spending that $9 million just yet. Condition is key. These coins fetch top dollar only if they're in pristine, uncirculated condition. So if your penny looks like it's been through a tumble dryer, sorry, but it's not hitting that $1 million mark. Alright, quick story time. A couple years ago, I was sorting through my change when I spotted a penny that looked different. No mint mark. My heart stopped. I'm already mentally upgrading my car, booking vacations, living the dream. I raced to my laptop, Googled like a maniac, and guess what? It was just a regular OL penny with dirt covering the mint mark. Yup, I basically got excited over a smudge. But that's the thrill of coin hunting, right? Every penny is like a tiny lottery ticket. You might not win, but the excitement is worth it. Plus, it's an easy way to avoid doing chores. Just tell people, I'm working on my retirement plan. So, there you have it, the legendary 2019 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny worth $9 million. Will you find one? Maybe. Will it be fun to check? Absolutely. Worst case scenario, you're a few cents richer, and best case scenario, you're joining the Millionaire Club. Now here's the deal. If you love learning about rare coins, uncovering hidden treasures in your own pocket, and hearing more ridiculous stories like mine, make sure to hit that subscribe button. I'm here to help you turn spare change into serious cash. And hey, if you do find that $9 million penny, remember who gave you the tip. Today, we're diving into the wild story of the 2017 D-Mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny that's turning heads in the coin collecting world. So, grab your loose change, a magnifying glass, and maybe some gloves, because by the end of this video, you'll want to inspect every penny like it's the next big lottery ticket. Let's get into it. Okay, let's start with the basics. The 2017 D penny was minted in Denver and might look like your average Lincoln cent at first glance. But here's the kicker. There's a particular variety of this penny that's reportedly worth up to $7 million. Yep, $7 million. Let that sink in for a second. Now you're probably wondering what makes it so special. Well, it all boils down to a minting error. These little mistakes, like doubling in the text or oddities in Lincoln's profile, can skyrocket a coin's value. In this case, the rare 2017 D penny features a super subtle die clash error that's barely visible without magnification. But trust me, collectors go bananas for this kind of stuff. Here's where it gets wild. This specific penny went to auction last year, and after a bidding war that could rival a Hollywood blockbuster, it sold for, you guessed it, $7 million. Imagine the seller's face when they cashed that check. That's like turning a single penny into a small fortune. Talk about flipping your luck. And hey, let me share a quick story. A few months ago, I was at a family barbecue, telling my cousin about all these pennies worth money. He rolled his eyes, dug into his pocket, and handed me a penny. Here, you can have it. I don't need your treasure hunting nonsense. Guess what? That coin wasn't worth $7 million, but it did turn out to be a rare 1992 close AM penny worth $500. Needless to say, he's now calling me every week, asking me to look at his change. So what's the moral of the story? Don't overlook your pennies. That 2017 D-Mint mark coin might just be sitting in your wallet right now, waiting to change your life. Check for those rare errors, keep your eyes peeled, and who knows, maybe you'll be the next lucky person to cash in big. If you're as fascinated by rare coins as I am, or you just enjoy the thrill of hunting for hidden treasure, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you don't want to miss out on tips like these. Plus, you'll be the first to know when the next $7 million coin hits the market. Alright, coin crew, happy hunting. And remember, every penny counts. Literally. Today, we're diving into the story of the 2016 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny. It's worth more than most of our cars, homes, and let's be honest, probably our life savings combined. So, if you've got a jar of pennies collecting dust somewhere, grab it. By the end of this video, you'll be ready to rummage through those coins like a pirate on a treasure hunt. Let's talk about how this humble penny could change your life. Alright, let's start with the basics. The 2016 no-mint mark penny is a regular old Lincoln cent. Nothing fancy at first glance, it's got Abe chilling on the front and the Lincoln Memorial on the back. You'd probably toss it in a vending machine without a second thought. But here's the kicker. One of these bad boys recently sold for a jaw-dropping $6 million. Yeah, $6 million. That's like hitting the lottery but with spare change. Now, you're probably wondering, why is this penny worth so much? Is it made of gold? Did Lincoln sign it himself? No, it's actually a rare error coin. When coins are minted, tiny mistakes can sometimes slip through the cracks, and collectors love these quirky imperfections. Think of it as the coin world's version of a rare misprinted Pokemon card or a super limited edition sneaker drop. This particular 2016 penny became famous because it was struck on the wrong planchet. For my non-coin nerd friends, the planchet is the metal blank the design is stamped onto. So, instead of being made on the standard copper-coated zinc, this penny was accidentally struck on an older, rare material that hadn't been used in years. Oops, this error makes it a 1 in a million find, literally. Now, here's a funny story. A few years back, I went on one of those spring cleaning marathons we all get inspired to do after binge-watching organizing shows. I was sorting through an old shoebox of coins and found a bunch of pennies. I was this close to dumping them into a Coinstar machine to turn them into grocery money. But something told me to pause. So I grabbed a magnifying glass, squinted harder than my grandma reading small print, and started inspecting each penny. Spoiler alert, I didn't find the $6 million one, but I did discover a rare wheat penny worth a solid $50. Moral of the story? Always check your coins. You never know what treasure might be hiding in plain sight. Now, back to our $6 million superstar. If you think you might have a 2016 no-mint mark penny, here's what you do. First, grab a magnifying glass or even use your phone's zoom feature. Check for that missing mint mark and look for any signs that it might have been struck on the wrong material. If it looks unique, don't take it to your local bank or try to spend it on snacks. Get it authenticated by a professional coin grader. They'll confirm if your penny is the real deal and help you understand its market value. Speaking of value, you're probably curious about how a coin like this gets priced. Well, it all comes down to rarity and demand. Collectors go absolutely wild for unique error coins because they're like little pieces of history. And when there's only one known example, like this 2016 penny, the sky's the limit for bidding wars. It's kind of like when you're on eBay at 2 a.m. trying to outbid someone for that rare vintage t-shirt. Except instead of $20, the bids go into the millions. So what's the big takeaway here? Check your pockets, your couch cushions, that weird coin jar in your kitchen, and yes, even your car's cup holders. You might be sitting on a fortune and not even know it. Imagine pulling a $6 million penny out of your junk drawer. It's the kind of thing that turns a regular Tuesday into the best day of your life. And hey, if you love this kind of content and want to learn more about rare coins, hidden treasures, and how to spot value in everyday objects, hit that subscribe button. I've got tons of tips, tricks, and stories coming your way. Plus, who doesn't want to be the person at the party who knows all the cool coin facts? Thanks for watching, and remember, every penny counts, literally. Catch you in the next one, treasure hunters. You're digging through your pocket change at a drive-thru, looking for exact change to avoid hearing, "No worries, I've got a penny jar." And then you stumble on a 2013 penny that could be worth, wait for it, $3 million. Yes, $3 million. That's the kind of life-changing pocket find we're talking about today. So stick around to find out if you might be holding on to treasure disguised as a humble Lincoln cent now. Before we dive in, let me tell you a quick story. I once found a penny in my couch cushions. I thought, score, a penny closer to a McFlurry. Turns out it wasn't rare, but I did end up finding 2 dimes and a button. So hey, even if you don't strike it rich, there's always hope, right? Alright, grab your magnifying glass or just your eyes, but squint real hard. And let's talk about what makes this 2013 penny so special. So here's the deal. Not every 2013 penny is worth $3 million. If it were, we'd all be billionaires by now. What makes this specific 2013 no-mint mark penny so valuable? Well, it's all about rarity, condition, and that little sprinkle of collector magic. Back in 2013, the Philadelphia Mint cranked out billions, yes billions, of Lincoln pennies without a mint mark. But here's where it gets interesting. A small batch of these pennies had a unique production error. Think of it as the coin version of a limited edition sneaker drop. These pennies were struck on a planchet meant for a dime. Yep, a penny that's technically not even a penny. Now, because these errors are so rare, collectors lose their minds over them. It's like finding a unicorn eating pizza in your backyard. One of these bad boys sold at auction for a jaw-dropping $3 million. $3 million. That's enough to buy, well, like a million Happy Meals. No mint mark below the year. It feels lighter than a typical penny because it's struck on a thinner planchet. If it feels like a feather compared to your other pennies, bingo. The color may look slightly off, closer to silver than copper. Now, I know what you're thinking. Okay, I'm gonna check all my pennies. And you should. But don't quit your day job just yet, because finding one is like finding the last fry at the bottom of the bag. It happens, but it's rare. And hey, if you're wondering how to sell a coin like this, don't just list it on eBay for $1 billion. Get it authenticated by a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. Trust me, a little expert validation can turn your shiny penny into a big OL payday. So, what's the moral of the story? Always check your change. That little penny sitting in your cup holder might just be the key to early retirement. Or at least a really good story to tell your friends. If this video has you running to your penny jar, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And hey, if you love learning about rare coins and how to spot the ones worth serious cash, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I'm here every week with more tips, stories, and strategies to help you turn spare change into life-changing cash. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Now go check your pockets and remember, every penny counts, but some count a lot more than others. Have you ever looked at a penny and thought, this thing is just taking up space in my pocket? Well, what if I told you that one ordinary-looking penny could be worth a jaw-dropping $3 million? Yeah, you heard me right. $3 million. That's not pocket change, that's life-changing. Stick around, because today we're talking about the 2003 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny, what makes it so valuable, how you can check if you've got one sitting in a jar somewhere, and why you should never underestimate the power of a humble penny. Now, let me set the stage. It's 2003, the iPod is all the rage, Finding Nemo is in theaters, and you're probably still rocking a flip phone. While you're jamming to Hey Ya by Outkast, the US Mint is quietly producing pennies like they always do. But something sneaky happened with a small batch of these coins. No mint mark. That means this particular penny wasn't stamped with the location it came from, like D for Denver or S for San Francisco. Usually, no mint mark just means it's from Philadelphia. But in this case, something was off. Fast forward to today, and collectors are losing their minds over this penny. Why? It's all about rarity. This specific no mint mark 2003 penny was struck on a planchet. A blank coin disc that wasn't supposed to be used. It's an error coin, and error coins are like the Leonardo DiCaprio of the coin world. Rare, valuable, and everybody wants one. Now let's talk numbers. On the regular, a 2003 no mint mark penny is worth, well, a penny. Maybe a few bucks if it's in pristine condition. But the one we're talking about, it's been graded as a top-tier specimen, and its value has skyrocketed to $3 million. $3 million. Imagine handing over a single penny to buy gum and finding out later you just gave away a fortune. That's the kind of regret that sticks with you. I actually have a funny story about this. A couple years ago, I was cleaning out my car. You know, that black hole where all your loose change goes to die. I found a random penny, and for fun, I Googled its year and mint mark. I was convinced I'd struck gold, until I realized it was a totally regular penny. But hey, for about 5 minutes, I was a millionaire in my head. Moral of the story: always check your change. So, how do you know if you've got this golden ticket? First, grab a magnifying glass and inspect your 2003 pennies. Look for the absence of a mint mark under the year. Next, examine the details: sharp edges, clear lettering, and no signs of wear are crucial. If you think you've got a winner, get it authenticated by a professional coin grader. Seriously, don't just take it to your cousin Bob who once collected quarters. And one more thing. If you do happen to find this penny, maybe don't brag about it on Facebook right away. The last thing you need is long-lost relatives coming out of the woodwork asking for a loan. Conclusion: all right, folks, the takeaway here is simple. Don't underestimate your spare change. That little penny hiding in your junk drawer or under your couch cushion could be your ticket to financial freedom. So, the next time someone tells you it's just a penny, you can hit them with, not if it's the right penny. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button and share it with your friends, because who doesn't want to find a $3 million penny? And hey, if you want more tips, stories, and strategies on finding coins worth money, make sure to subscribe to the channel. We've got plenty more hidden treasures to uncover together. Thanks for watching, and happy coin hunting. Now go dig through those jars and couch cushions. You never know what you might find. You're digging through your old coin jar, and bam, you find a penny. But not just any penny. This tiny, unassuming piece of copper could be worth, drumroll please, $4 million. Yes, you heard that right. A 1994 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny that's got collectors losing their minds and opening their wallets. What makes it so valuable? Could you be sitting on a fortune without even knowing it? Stick around, because we're about to dive into all the juicy details, plus a fun story about how I almost threw a fortune away. Literally. Okay, let's get into it. The 1994 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny might look like your average penny, but this bad boy is like the Beyoncé of pennies, rare, flawless, and worth every cent, and then some. So why is it worth so much? It's all about rarity and condition. This particular coin didn't get a mint mark, which means it was made in Philadelphia but never stamped to prove it. While this might sound like a tiny oversight, it's a huge deal in the coin world. Collectors go wild for these little quirks because it's like owning a limited edition item that no one else has. Now, here's the kicker. Not all 1994 no-mint mark pennies are worth $4 million. Sorry to burst your bubble. The coin needs to be in pristine condition, what collectors call MS 67 or higher. That means no scratches, no dirt, no pocket lint. If your penny looks like it survived a tumble in the dryer, it's probably not worth much more than face value. But if you do have one of these beauties in mint condition, you've got yourself a jackpot. One of these coins recently sold for $4 million at auction. And yes, that's more money than most people make in a lifetime. Let me tell you a quick story. A few years ago, I was cleaning out my car and found a penny stuck under the seat. It was so grimy I almost tossed it. But then I thought, wait, what if this is one of those rare coins I've heard about? I scrubbed it clean, Googled the date, and nope, it was just a regular penny. But hey, the experience taught me to always double-check my change. And that's what I want to stress to you. Check everything. Your junk drawer, your couch cushions, your grandma's old coin collection. You never know where a treasure might be hiding. Alright, folks, if you're like me, you're probably about to go rummage through every coin you've ever owned. And honestly, you should. That 1994 no-mint mark penny could be sitting in your piggy bank, waiting to make you a millionaire. So, here's the deal. If you want to learn more about coins that are worth crazy money, tips for spotting rare finds, and stories of people who struck it rich with pocket change, hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to like this video if you found it helpful or just entertaining. And drop a comment below if you've ever come across a coin you thought might be valuable. Who knows? Maybe you'll be the next person to cash in on a $4 million penny. We're talking about the 1978 Abraham Lincoln penny, a tiny piece of copper that could buy you a mansion, a yacht, or, let's be real, an unlimited supply of tacos. Stick around, because I'm about to share why this coin is so valuable, how you can spot one, and, oh yeah, a hilarious story about my own coin collecting journey. Alright, so why is this penny worth so much? Let's break it down. The 1978 D penny was minted in Denver, hence the D mint mark right below the date. Now, most pennies from 1978, not worth much more than their face value. But this one, it's a unicorn. Here's the kicker. The $8 million version has an error so rare, only a handful are known to exist. The exact error varies. It might be a double die, a wrong planchet, or some kind of misstrike. Basically, the mint messed up big time and collectors are going nuts for it. Now, you might be wondering, how do I know if I have one? First, grab a magnifying glass. If you don't have one, squint aggressively. Look closely at the coin. Does the 1978 look doubled? Is Lincoln's profile a little weird, like he woke up on the wrong side of the penny? Anything unusual could mean you've hit the jackpot. And condition matters. If your penny looks like it's been run over by a lawnmower, it's not fetching $8 million. But if it's in mint state, untouched by coffee spills and pocket lint, that's where the big bucks come in. Quick story, when I first got into coin collecting, I didn't even know what a mint mark was. True story. I once thought I found a rare penny, only to realize it was covered in chocolate. I was so excited until I licked it. Spoiler alert, pennies do not taste good. Lesson learned. So moral of the story? Always check your change. That little piece of copper in your pocket could be your golden ticket, well, copper ticket to millionaire status. Now, if you're thinking, this is cool, but I don't even know where to start with coin collecting, don't worry, I've got you covered. Hit that subscribe button and turn on the notifications because I share tips, strategies, and stories about coins worth real money every week. Who knows? Your next coin hunt could turn up a treasure like the 1978 D-penny. And if it does, don't forget who told you about it first. I'll be waiting for my thank you taco. Today, I'm going to tell you why this penny is so valuable, what makes it special, and how you just might have one hiding in plain sight. So what's the deal with this penny? First off, it was minted in 1969, a year of Woodstock, moon landings, and apparently extremely valuable pennies. The D on the coin stands for the Denver Mint, where it was made. Now, this isn't just any regular penny. This one is like the Beyoncé of pennies. Rare, flawless, and highly sought after. Here's the kicker. The value skyrockets because of an error. That's right, a mistake made this coin a superstar. This particular penny has a unique doubling effect on the letters and numbers. It's called a double die obverse, and it looks like everything on the coin's front is casting a slight shadow. It's not a smudge, and it's not your eyes playing tricks. It's pure collector's gold. But finding one in mint condition is like spotting a unicorn in the wild. Now, let me tell you a quick story. A few years ago, I was cleaning out my junk drawer, the one with rubber bands, old receipts, and, for some reason, batteries that don't fit anything you own. I found a handful of pennies and thought, probably nothing. But then I remembered hearing about rare coins and decided to take a closer look. Spoiler alert, no $9 million penny for me. But I did find one from 1969, without the special doubling. Still, that moment made me realize how much potential value might be sitting in our change jars. So, how can you find one of these holy grail pennies? Start with your old piggy banks, couch cushions, or even the glove box in your car. Grab a magnifying glass or use your phone camera to zoom in and look closely at the coin. If you see doubling on words like Liberty or the date, you might have hit the jackpot. But here's a word of caution. Don't go quitting your day job just yet. Not every 1969 D-penny is worth millions. The ones that hit the $9 million mark are typically graded MS-65 or higher by professional coin grading services. That means they're in almost perfect condition, no scratches, no dirt, no evidence of a wild ride in a vending machine. And even if yours isn't mint condition, lower-grade versions of this coin can still fetch thousands. Yes, thousands. So that coffee-stained penny in your junk drawer might actually be worth more than your car. Now, here's where it gets fun. Imagine being the person who finds one of these coins. You casually stroll into an auction house, plop down a penny, and walk out a millionaire. That's the kind of glow-up we all dream about, right? Who needs a lottery ticket when you've got loose change? All right, my fellow coin enthusiasts, now you know why the 1969 D-penny is such a big deal and how it might just change your life. So what are you waiting for? Go raid those coin jars, search the bottom of your purse, and start inspecting those pennies like you're Indiana Jones looking for the lost treasure. And hey, if you enjoyed this little deep dive into penny treasure hunting, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I've got tons more tips, tricks, and stories about coins that could make you rich. Trust me, you don't want to miss out. Because who knows? The next coin we talk about might be sitting in your pocket right now. Happy hunting, and may the coin gods bless you with $1 million discovery.